My name is Adam Griffin, and I have been no-lifing selling things online or dropshipping for the past 3 years of my life now. And over these 3 years, I've noticed patterns. Some patterns have pushed me forwards heavily, and some patterns have held me back from what could have been way sooner. Especially now, I have a server, a community with over 4,000 members in it, great people, but I notice these patterns in them as well. And while these have kind of subconsciously rested in my mind, I didn't really understand the power that this pattern recognition held. So I'm bringing it to YouTube today. I'm going to kind of share these patterns that I've noticed, these patterns that have pushed beginners forwards and these patterns that have held beginners back. And I'm willing to bet a lot of money that you can relate to some of these, and these will help you out. I've done well over 6 figures in revenue at this point, and there have been notable movements that I've made to get me there, and notable movements that have stopped me from getting there much sooner than I could have. So I have some talking points written down here just so I don't lose my place. The first one is probably the most important, and I really don't want you guys to let its simplicity hold you back from its value, and that is dropshipping is just a label. You are the only one in a transaction between you and the customer that knows you are dropshipping. Ideally, right? So dropshipping is just a label. You do not want to approach your site creation, your product thought process, as a complete brain-rotted dropshipper, because I could not even imagine starting out in today's day and age with all these YouTubers, YouTube videos, strategies, methods. The first Discord community that I ever joined, e-com related, was the one that I created myself that now has over 4,000 members in it. So when I was starting out, I never got indoctrinated into these different ad spy platforms, softwares, all this noise. And I credit that to one of the only reasons where I'm at. My ability to think creatively and to think for myself was spared in that process. And that's why some of my views are very unorthodox and very odd compared to what other people are posting. But it's genuinely helped me out. So dropshipping is just a label, and you have to approach it that way. It's cool to use product research strategies and methods when you're looking for your actual product, but when it comes time to sell the product, you have to approach it as a business owner. You have to treat it like a business. You have to make your website like a business. You should be moving with the thought process of, I have a warehouse with 10,000 units of this product, and I need to get rid of them as fast as I possibly can. You need to approach it with that mindset. You need to approach it with the mindset of a business owner, and I promise you everything will come off so much easier. You need to approach your site creation, your ad creation, like this product means the world to you, and you want to sell it, and you're passionate about it. That's extremely important. You cannot approach dropshipping like you're dropshipping if you want to stand out. Because if I did that, I know what I would have done. I would have sold women's clothing on Shrine Theme. I would have ripped creatives off of the TikTok Creative Center, and it probably would have taken me up till today to make a single dollar. But because I was creative, and because I used my brain, and because I approached this as a business owner, I feel like it propelled me forward a ton. And if you look at any of the guys that you're watching on YouTube, which most of them are pretty great, the information they're giving has an agenda behind it. You have to understand that. Look at the way they're dropshipping. Don't look at the way they're teaching. Look at the way they're doing it themselves. They're approaching it like business owners. They have teams. They have processes. They're not doing the TikTok burner method. Unfortunately, they're not. They're just able to sneak an affiliate link in there if they talk about it. So dropshipping is a label. You're selling things online from one person to another. It's very important. Don't get caught up in this brain rot e-com space. Be creative. Be yourself. The next point I kind of have is there's nothing easy about this. It's easy to set up a store. It's easy to make a very good looking store because you have softwares and programs behind that. Super easy. You say, make me this, or fill in the blank, or purchase Shrine Theme. You can make a beautiful store. But that's not really what matters anymore. Everybody has a beautiful store. So all the easy stuff, it's void. It doesn't matter. What matters is your copy. Copy is a skill. There are people with full-time jobs based off of copywriting. So it's not easy. It's hard. It's so hard that companies outsource it to other people. Copy is a skill you have to develop, and developing skills takes time. It can't be done by watching one singular YouTube video. It's going to take you time whether you like it or not. I've seen too many people try to move quickly because they want to make money, and you can't spend all your time trying to make money. You have to spend your time learning things, learning skills that will eventually make you money. Money's a byproduct of the skills you learn. You should be spending all of your time worried about gathering skills like copywriting, like graphic designing, like developing your eye for products that can sell to a customer or a market that is currently in demand. Identifying trends, super, super important. You have to spend all your time worried and stressed about how many skills can I grasp today instead of how much money can I make today. because I've seen it over and over again with students of mine. They try to launch products so quick because they want to make money so bad that sometimes they don't even send me the ads. And they send me the ads after they wasted the money, and I find 8 grammar mistakes in it. You can't approach this quickly. You can't try to make a bag off this in a week. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a long time, like any other business model. So expectations are extremely important when you approach this, because I don't want you to be the guy who's 6 months in and frustrated and thinking it's working for everybody but him, because it's not. It's really not. It's normal, and I see it every single day. So this is not easy. It's going to require a lifestyle change. It's going to require sacrifices. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to throw shade or anything, but the easier people make it out to be, the more attractive it is for you to listen to them, because you want it easy as well, and the easier they can kind of sell you things. And that's a bit misleading. It's not easy at all. You have to have your expectations in check, or else you're going to be depressed the entire time. I promise you that. And the third point kind of pertains to beginners as well. One thing that I notice, especially when I coach like super beginners, like how do I add a product into my Shopify store beginners, is they skip the beginning phase. They skip learning the fundamentals because they want to be like the best so bad. And this could be you right now. You're trying to utilize every single shrine theme out there, every single feature, every single fancy strategy or whatever. But you have to get the fundamentals down first. You're not going to be a pro overnight. Again, this takes a ton of time. The only reason I'm as good at making sites as I am is because it's taken me 3 years. And the majority of that skill set was developed over the past year, to be honest with you. So don't try to be fancy when you're starting out. Learn the fundamentals. Try to make the simplest site. Your goal at first should not be to make an extraordinary site. It should be to make a site with no spelling mistakes, with no grammar mistakes. And that might sound so stupid, but at this point, I have coached hundreds of people, and the sole pattern that I've noticed is they don't double check their work. They're so focused on how to make the wave pattern look cool, they spell the word guaranteed wrong. And even if you get the wave pattern right, that one spelling error can destroy your entire site. And that kind of links back to that first point. Dropshipping is a label. You have to treat your store like a business, and no real business is going to misspell words on their landing page. They're going to double, triple, quadruple check it. And I do. I always do. So get the fundamentals down first. Don't get shiny object syndrome. You learn the fancy stuff when it's time. But I see too many beginners getting obsessed with, I want to make 100 grand. I need the wave section. You don't. You need to spell the word guarantee correctly, and you need to make $100. And once you make $100, you can kind of step it up. That's very, very important. And the next point is overcomplication. And dropshipping comes down to, at least from my experience, a business model that is very simple. It is so simple, but it's not easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing. They have different definitions. The principal movements you have to do to create a good dropshipping funnel around a product is so simple, but it's not easy at all. You guys mess up 10 products and you think you're stupid or there's something wrong with you. That's not true. And a lot of people feel that way, and they try to overcomplicate things. Like, yeah, I'm working on my second product funnel outreach sheet right now, my product research Google Doc. Everybody tries to make it sound fancy, and it isn't. It's not. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. Do not overcomplicate anything ever. When it comes to add captions, add hooks, the benefit call to action framework bullshit. It's great, but you don't need to sit there and think of a hook for 5 hours. I think of my hooks in a few minutes, because at the end of the day, we are people trying to sell to real people. And most of the time, we know what these people think. We really do, because we're humans as well. If I'm selling a girl product to a girl, I'm not going to have to develop some insane strategy to come up with an ad hook. I'm going to sit here for 4 minutes, think about the girls I've talked to in the past, think about the way they talk, think about what would make them buy this dress. I'm just going to come up with the most human, normal, uncomplicated hook known to man that targets an emotion. It's not as hard as everybody makes it seem. And again, don't want to throw shade, but a lot of people out there, they come up with big words and big strategies and complicated strategies that you won't understand unless you pay them and they teach you personally. And you will come to realize these strategies are just buzzword-filled, simple movements. Don't overcomplicate anything. Understand that it's simple and it's not easy. That's the way things are. That's the way they've always been. It's never been complicated for me, but it hasn't been easy either. Don't overcomplicate anything, and I promise you everything will be a lot more clear. And the next thing is how to properly ingest information and where to find it. This is a huge one, because 90% of all information about e-commerce or dropshipping on the internet, I wouldn't say false, but it's, again, just overcomplicated bullshit. You don't need to learn how to dropship. You need to learn how to sell things. This goes back to point one, the most important. Dropshipping is a label. You just need to learn how to sell something to somebody else. If you can learn how to sell something to somebody else, you can sell anything. You need to be watching customer psychology, human psychology, how to make somebody want a product, how to play with somebody's emotions, feelings, manipulate it so they want your product. This is done by selling something that solves a problem or selling something that hits an emotional chord, like a pet product, a baby product. And that's explained in a lot of ecom videos, but they don't explain why. So if you were to research why, it would be a lot easier to sell those kinds of products. You could appeal to those emotions even more, because it is possible to play off of emotions when selling things. I promise you, it's not just straight up, hey, do you want this? No. Okay, cool. I'll run another product. About anything can be sold if you know how to sell it. It's very simple, and you won't find that information barely even on my channel, because I talk about dropshipping. You will find it on videos that are not related to dropshipping, sales training videos, Alex Hormozi videos. Alex Hormozi is the guy I talk about the absolute most because he helped me the best, and he doesn't do dropshipping. He has never dropshipped in his life, but he has given me information that has directly correlated to me being successful when it comes to dropshipping. So what does that tell you? A lot of these videos have agendas behind them. Even my videos, I have a link below, one-on-one coaching and the Discord community. I'm not posting this because I'm a charitable guy. I'm posting this to help people and also to grow my community. So if you were to watch a sales training video online, just how to sell something to someone, just very broad, the product doesn't matter, you will learn so much if you apply that into your actual store and give your own little creative twist to it. People don't understand the power of the creative twist. We all have brains. We're all creative. We probably all drew fancy crayon drawings when we were kids. We were very creative. We had wild imaginations, and a lot of you guys have lost those imaginations and sort of been indoctrinated into the systemized process of organic burner method and then shrine theme and then test your 5 ads and then repeat. You can be more creative. You can think outside the box. You're playing by rules that don't exist. I've said this so many times, but it's so important, and that's the honest reality of it. My last bullet I kind of already explained, but it's expectations. I'm just going to wrap up on this note. You guys have to understand, truthfully, this isn't easy. It's not going to be easy. You can get lucky, but if you do get lucky, don't think that you figured it out, because you didn't. Enjoy your money. Invest that money into your knowledge, your health, your wealth, your wisdom. But understand that if you want to replicate that money over and over and over, it's going to take skills that are going to take so much time to develop. Years, possibly, depending on how you ingest it and how intelligent you are. Because intelligence is directly correlated to how quickly you're able to learn, and that's extremely important. Genuine expectations, it's not easy. You're not going to be taking 0 to 10K a month in 2 months if you pay your mentor enough. That's not how that works. Some skills can't be taught. They can only be learned. It's as simple as that, and that's about as real as it can get. And even me, as somebody who learns pretty quickly, it took me upwards of 3 years to get to where I'm at. So I hope that kind of set your expectations straight. And have a great rest of your night, guys. And thank you for watching till the end of the video. I appreciate it a lot. All right, boys. Peace out.